Dig it.
Slow drag with remedy. Ballyhoo and welcome. The Passion Project is here for you. My name is Remedy Robinson. I'm a linguist, author, and seasoned agoraphobic, and this is an appreciation. This is an exploration of linguistics, language, and a torrent of words, as framed by the peerless poetry of the modern-day master, Elvis Costello. Today's slow drag is with The Greatest Thing from Punch the Clock, released in 1983. The songwriting is credited to Elvis Costello. The Greatest Thing is an uncapped fire hose of words and phrases that create a blur of sound as 264 of them spew out in the span of 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Just another great reason to turn it down to 33 and a third, or, as I like to call it, a slow drag with remedy. Everybody stopped when she walked into the room. Isn't this the greatest thing? Everyone own it, but nobody could touch her. Isn't this the greatest thing? Punch the clock. Keep boxing clever. You'll be young. Enough forever. Isn't this the greatest thing? The greatest thing. Punch the clock. Keep boxing clever. Here's another great example of how the names of Mr. Costello's albums were typically based on a line in a song as opposed to the title of the song itself. I'm paraphrasing here, but I've heard that Elvis Costello never wanted to put so much pressure on one song. All This Useless Beauty was his first proper title track. And while a few more have been title tracks, his latest, Look Now, features a song called Don't Look Now. Old habits are hard to break, I suppose. By my count, there are somewhere around 6 true title tracks out of his 33 major albums. In addition to All This Useless Beauty, these include Painted from Memory, When I Was Cruel, The Delivery Man, The River and Reverse, and National Ransom. The song North appears as one of the 3 bonus tracks on the album of the same name. So, as always, check my math. I may have overlooked something. I heard some new confection said we can't afford to feel affection 'cause it's the latest thing. In and out of matrimony, never once remove the Sony 'cause it's a status thing. So girls like that above described are not to be so easily bribed with a white frock and a ring. Punch the clock and in time you'll get pulled apart when you're married on paper and not in your heart. Oh, holy moly. Try saying that verse 5 times fast, let alone singing it fast. Try singing it once. The strangest sounds have come out of my mouth trying to sing these lines, and it only gets more complicated as the song progresses. The line, in and out of matrimony, never once removed the Sony, all these years later, almost still rings true. Our love lives as dictated by how many material possessions we're willing or unwilling to part with. But it won't be told that life with the one you love is sordid just because some authority says you can't afford it. And it's the greatest thing. Oh, it's the greatest thing. Isn't this the greatest thing? The greatest thing. Sordid, afforded. The words might come fast, but they still come with genius as well. Punching the clock, going through the daily grind, doing what we're told to do, doing what we think our societies want us to do. Seems to have a high risk of certain disaster now, doesn't it? Taking our own advice, on the other hand, not believing what we're being fed, can be, well, the greatest thing. Since nights were long and days were olden, woman to man has been beholden. But since then times have been changing. She sends back his tribute of a rose and says, "This ring is better suited to the nose you're always fingering." I punch the clock and it's okay. I know a girl who takes my breath away. And it's the greatest thing. Isn't it the greatest thing? The greatest thing. The greatest thing. Oh, you better believe it. The weird noises created when trying to keep up with the astounding linguistic turns of this verse. And says this ring is better suited to the nose you're always fingering, can get lost in the barrage of words and syllables that fly by. Olden, beholden, rose, and okay. These rhymes create a pleasant yet difficult phonological landscape to navigate. And it's the greatest thing. Isn't this the greatest thing? The greatest thing. The greatest thing. This dynamite piece is so fast and furious that it's little surprise, according to the Elvis Costello wiki page, it hasn't been performed live very often. To compare, Allison has over 1,600 known live performances. The Greatest Thing has a mere 102 live performances, the last in 1984, 1 year after the album was released. The Greatest Thing is an astounding piece with an excellent sound when not trying to sing along with it, and a wonderful moral that might not have been exactly believed at the time of recording, hence the rush job, perhaps. As mentioned in episode 17 of Slow Drag with Remedy, entitled The Quickening Art, Malcolm Gladwell, in episode 7 of his first season of Revisionist History, entitled Hallelujah, he mentions Elvis Costello's 1984 album, Goodbye Cruel World, the album released the year after Punch the Clock. He mentions the Departee Club in particular, which he decried as angry and loud and, gasp, awful. Trust that you will never hear words even close to those come out of my mouth about anything Elvis Costello. That said, Malcolm Gladwell makes a point that the slowed down solo demo version of Deportee, released as part of the Rhino's re-release of King of America, does create a different sound. This is nothing new, of course, as we've seen this in the reverse with Imperial Bedroom's Town Crier. Both versions, the slow and the fast, have their own appeal, although the slower one, with the lovely violins, seems to have a deeper impact. As the legendary drummer Pete Thomas said at the 2020 Grammy Awards,
I think why we didn't win back then was because we played everything too fast. So we slowed it down a bit.
I suppose this is my wish for The Greatest Thing. I'd love to hear a slowed down version just to see what would happen. It's dynamite the way it is, don't get me wrong, but perhaps it would benefit from time and from distance.
Dig it.
Again, this has been a slow drag with The Greatest Thing from 1983's Punch the Clock. It's a joy to hear each word, to linger over their placement, and to mull their meanings. It's a song of keen observation of how uncomfortable issues of love can be. So we might as well dispense with them as quickly as possible, like running through sprinklers. And that's it for today's slow drag, my friend. Wasn't that fun? I loved it. I encourage you to re-listen to episode 11 of Slow Drag with Remedy. Blow the whistle on the whole design. It's a slow drag with King of Thieves, another gem from Punch the Clock. You can email questions and comments to slowdragwithremedy@gmail.com and follow us on Twitter at slowdragremedy. There's a companion blog where you can find our transcripts and references included in each episode. It's not the prettiest site yet, but at least it's functional. It's true, everyone has a podcast, and I'm so proud to say that this one's mine. Please give us a favorable review and a rating, please. Tell your friends and retweet us on Twitter. Thank you for listening and for getting the word out about this little passion project. It means the world. So, until next time, adieu, my little ballyhoo. Slow drag with Remy.